Children, let's see what is this one trying to say. We have solved some of this particular type earlier. Somewhat similar to that is what this particular question is. Write down the equation of line whose slope is 3 by 2. So we need to write down the equation of line whose slope is given to us, which passes through point P. Okay, where point P divides the line segment joining A and B in some kind of ratio, which is 2:3. So we have just did one sum which talks about that line used to bisect the join of dash and dash. Here the line is dividing a line segment A and B in ratio 2:3. More or less on the same line? Indeed yes. So let's draw once again the diagram for us to understand the question. So they say there is a line. So we have drawn an inclined line whose slope is M is 3 by 2. Slope M is 3 by 2. Write down the equation of line. So we need to write down the equation of this line whose slope is 3 by 2, which passes through point P. So the line passes through point P. So let us say this is point P, where P divides segment joining A and B in the ratio 2:3. So P divides join of A and B in the ratio 2:3. Is the picture clear now? Earlier we did some kind of line was bisecting the join of A and B. Now it is dividing the join of A and B in ratio. So in that particular sum, what did we do? We use midpoint formula. Since here it is in some kind of ratio which is not equal to 2:3. So what formula we are supposed to use of? Section formula. So those who are gauging the answer, they are absolutely correct. A -2, 6, the coordinate being given to us. B 3, -4. Shall I say this as x1, y1? Shall I say this as x1, y1? Shall I say this as x2, y2? Indeed. Let me say point P is nothing but x3, y3. Point P is nothing but x3, y3. What I need to find out? The equation of this line. The later part is slightly different than what we have done in the previous one. Don't you think so that with the help of section formula, I need to find out the coordinate of point P? So let's start our solution with that. So we say that let A -2, 6 identically equal to x1, y1, B 3 -4 identically equal to x2, y2. Let point P with coordinates x3, y3 divides segment AB in the ratio 2:3 by using section formula. I intend to get the coordinate of point P. So what shall we say? x3 is mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. y3 is my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Here, what is my m, children? My m is nothing but 2. So shall I say my m is nothing but 2 and my n is nothing but 3, as it divides in the ratio 2:3, right? So by using section formula, x3 is mx2, which is 2, into x2, which is 3, plus n, which is 3, into x1, which is -2, upon 2 plus 3. Likewise, y3 is 2, y2 is -4, 3, y1 is 6, upon 2 plus 3. So what is x3? x3 will be 2 into 3, 6, plus of minus, 6 minus 6 by 5, y3 shall be -8 plus 18 by 5. So x3 is equals to 6 minus 6, 0 by 5, eventually 0. y3 is -8 plus 18 plus 10 by 5 plus 10 by 5 is 2. So what is the coordinate of point P? Therefore, the coordinate of point P is nothing but 0, 2, which is nothing but x3, y3. Now here there is a slight twist in the question or change in the question, you can say, as per the previous one, what we have done. I intend to find out the equation of this line, required line. So let me say my required line is line L1. Let me say my required line is line L1, whose slope is given to us. And now can I say that line is passing through point P whose coordinates are also known? And we have seen earlier, refresh your concepts, children, how many ways to write down equation of line, right? I have made you understand 5 ways. Y is equal to mx plus c, slope intercept form, slope point form, 2-point form, double intercept form, and general form. So what do you think so? We have discussed this earlier. What do you think so? Which form should be used over here? I do have slope, I do have point. So what shall we make use of? Slope point form. What shall we make use of? Slope point form. So I can say here line L. So required line is line L. Let me say not L1. Let me say line L. Line L is passing through point P whose coordinates are known to me and has slope. What is the slope? 3/2. Therefore, equation of line using slope point form. Slope point form. Y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1. But since our coordinate is x3 and y3, I'll slightly modify the formula. Y minus y3 is m into x minus x3. We have x3, y3. We do have m also. So y minus y3, our y3 is nothing but 2, is equals to m. The slope is what we have, 3/2. X minus x3 is 0. Can you go for cross multiplication, children? Indeed, we should go for it. So when 2 goes over here, shall I say it is 2 into y minus 2 is equals to 3 into x minus 0, which is 3x. Open the brackets, 2y minus 4 is equals to 3x. Bring everything on one side. What do I get? 3x minus 2y plus 4 equals to 0. Therefore, the equation of line L, which we have stated, line L is 3x minus 2y plus 4 equals to 0. Right, children? So, what did we learn? That we have a particular line dividing the join of A and B in some kind of ratio. Since it is dividing in some kind of ratio, therefore we are taking section formula, got the coordinates of the same. Now when we have coordinates, we have slope. Using slope point form is what our desired line equation is. Right?